What's going on? Another little update video from the infamous Thompson'S Kennels. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. We get one day out the year, but it's looking good. Here with Mary and her 3 pups. Just a little update video. Everybody's healthy and doing well. This is the 3/4 boils, quarter Garner blood breeding we did. I did another video when I went in depth on how they bred out, but you know, just to keep shit moving in this video. Is 3/4 quarter boils breeding. This is Mary's last breeding. She's officially retired after this. I'm probably gonna hold on to 2 males off of this. I may let one go to the public depending on what my circle says, or if I got somebody in my circle that's interested in it. I've been extremely busy. I haven't been able to keep up with a lot of people. Everybody know I got the little boy. Mary, really, come on girl, come on. But what you call, everybody know I got the little boy, so I haven't been able to keep up a bunch of conversations even with my partners and shit, even though my service sucks out here anyway. Just a little update video, but I can understand Mary wants to be the focal point of this video. I'm gonna get ready to wean them off, but Mary's such a good mother and they're not really harassing her, so I've been kind of letting them just hang out here. But little free advice, prior to me weaning my pups off, I always keep a little dish of water in there. I try to get them used to drinking water while the weaning process starts. So when I get ready to pull her out, I want these dogs to be able to walk up to a dish of water and lap up some water. Reason why is a lot of people separate their pups and then the pups don't know how to drink water and they immediately give them some hard food or mush. And that hard food will dehydrate a puppy extremely quick in this heat, and they don't know how to lap water. So, thank you, Mary. She finally got the fuck out, and then here she comes back again. But I try to keep a dish of water in there, so they'll start drinking water before I separate the mother off of them. But this is them in all their glory. Beautiful little pups, and we'll go on to the next. Bye, Mary. I got my rocks and stuff down around the kennels, like I said. These are the 2 off of Lady of Rage and Mailman. Those pups in that box are also sired by Mailman. So these 2 pups and the 3 pups I just showed are half brothers through Mailman, since he sired both the litters. And they're doing great as well. Mr. Pate came down and got his male, which kind of eased the tension, but these 2 here are kind of getting a little fiery. I ain't gonna say who, but somebody needs to come get their dog. But let's go back around. We here with Russia. This is some of my finest Red Boy Jocko blood. Red Boy Jocko termite blood. This is Nilo bred to Sealy. Heavy Burns Game Island collaboration. Been hearing a lot of stuff about the Red Boy Jocko dogs lately. My yard is 2 yards if you want to break it down. I run pure Red Boy Jocko termite dogs, and I also run a family tree of Balls Bolio dogs. Over the years, these are the dogs that are closest to my heart, dogs that I enjoy feeding and taking care of. I do not breed or cross Mayday blood or any of that stuff. I'm a firm believer Red Boy Jocko dogs stand on their own 4 legs. You know, not taking anything away from anybody who enjoys their strands or what they cross into it and stuff, but I enjoy the Burns, Cruz, Tance, Game Island collaboration, which is pretty much like a 4-way blend of Red Boy Jocko dogs is what I use in this family tree. And it's been working pretty good for us. Coming from a solid background of working dogs, I've had no complaints. And this is Russia. We have Russia bred to Sosa. Sosa is a half brother to Russia. They're both sired by both of their dames are Black Sealy. They have different sires. Sosa is sired by Young Buck, and as I said, Russia here is sired by Nilo. But they share the same mother. So we did a half brother, half sister pairing on this breeding. Also, we have Sosa bred back to his mother, Black Sealy, directly, which is a pure termite dog, which will be the 3/4 termite breeding that we have coming up. Looks like Sealy took. But, you know, don't count your eggs before they hatch. I put Russia up today. She's getting a little big. It's getting hot. I like to let them leave them on the chain for a good while so they can get plenty of exercise. I told you guys about locking these dogs up early in their pregnancy where they get muscle atrophy. And then next thing you know, when it's time to have puppies, they're having an extremely difficult time passing pups. So I like to leave them on the chain for a good while so they get enough exercise so it was easier on the birth. So we put her up today just because I'm getting kind of antsy with her, and at the same time I got to give her a bath. So we're just going to put her up and let her relax for a while. I'll let my daughter hand walk her so she can get the exercise and stuff, but we're going to go ahead and leave her in the box. What's up, baby girl? What's up, baby girl? Get a lot of emails. I try to get back with people. It's Thompson'S@gmail.com. I still got a lot of people trying to reach out to me via the phone. I have horrible service, and then I'm on top of that, I'm too busy to sit on the phone. It's nothing personal with anybody. People get so offensive over that. Like, he just doesn't want to think about it. I work, I got businesses to run, I got a newborn, I got to take care of these dogs. I just don't have every day 2-3 hours to delegate to talk on the phone with people. It's just not realistic. And I don't sell or breed enough dogs to be having a ton of conversations with people because I have a ton of repeat customers, have a ton of people that's waiting in line. I haven't done a Red Boy Jocko breeding in a couple of years. So imagine the waiting list of people waiting to get dogs from me just off of that. The last breeding I did that was a pure Red Boy Jocko breeding or Red Boy Jocko termite blend breeding was Yellow Wolf and Yellow Queen. So that was Russia back to buck. That was over 2 years ago. So, you know, realistically, that's where we stand at with a lot of this stuff. So please don't take it personal if I just don't be having a bunch of time to talk on the phone. And then second part, a lot of that talking on the phone shit with people you don't know can get you hemmed the fuck up. I'm not gonna go in depth with that, but come here, boy. This is Fat Man. He's huge. He's already the size of his father, which is hilarious. He's a puppy and he's the size of his father. But he's coming along very well. So is Corona here off of Cookie and Mailman. Fat Man's off of Hustle Boy and Miss Trinidad. Corona here is off of Cookie and Mailman. These are some of our heavy boils breedings that we did. Solidifying that line. It kind of sucks because, like I said, it's literally like I run 2 completely different family trees of dogs. So everything I do is twice the work. Sometimes I'll cross the family trees like I did the Boyles Bolio with the termite stuff with Black Silly. I've been showing a lot of those dogs on the community page. I'll occasionally do the cross, but my yard's not predicated off the cross. I do the cross just basically because I'm starting to get to a phase where I'm going to start doing a lot of 3/4 breedings, a lot of 3/4 Boyles, quarter sorrels, for example, 3/4 Boyles, quarter termite, for example. That's where my program is leaning to as far as that. I've been very pleased with the 3/4 breedings, especially that Boyle Sorrels one. I mean, it really blew my mind. Really enjoyed that. So it's almost like me and my OG was talking on the phone about the 3/4 breedings. It's literally keeping the same structure and phenotype on the dogs, but you're stealing traits from a different family tree. It's pretty much like a mass robber, if you want to say it like that. They look like one thing, but the traits and the tendencies are pulling from another family tree of dogs, which I like that. Being able to breed with that kind of strategy in these dogs, where I can get dogs that look like Boyles dogs but bite like a termite dog, or dogs that look like a Boyles dog but have the wrestling capabilities and the intelligence of the sorrel stuff blended with it. So we've been doing that for the last 1.5, 2 years or so. We're going to continue to do it. I try to have a plan for these 50-50 crosses. If you don't really have a plan for the 50-50 crosses, you're just pissing in the wind. You're creating crosses. It may be a good battle cross. They may turn out to be well-rounded dogs, but the question you ask yourself after that is, where do you go with it? So try to have a mindset of playing chess when you're doing these crosses, because after a while you just end up with a bunch of scatterbred bullshit. You may end up having a good dog or two, but it gets to the point where you start blending so many family trees of dogs together, you don't actually know, hey, y'all two play nice, play nice. Just because I'm over here talking, don't show your ass. Just because you're crossing a bunch of family trees hoping to get a good dog, when you go to replicate that, it's so hard because you've added so many ingredients to the gumbo. You don't know where you're pulling from with a lot of this shit. So, you know, I used to get a lot of flack about people saying I breed too tight. No, I breed according to what my family tree of dogs is and what's worked throughout history. That's how I breed. It's not something I'm just want to up and do. That's what's worked. You know what I mean? So, I'm to each his own when it comes to breeding dogs. You know what I mean? You got to do what strategic breedings and pairings that work for your yard. I got to do them for my yard. And as far as I've been in dogs, all of my heavy bred Boyle stock or my heavy bred bulls, Bolio stock, I haven't got a bunch of complaints. We don't get a bunch of late starting dogs. We don't have a bunch of low prey drive dogs, lazy dogs. All of my dogs, as far as that family tree and the way I've been breeding these dogs, exhibit high prey drive, in your face, high active dogs. And I don't have to wait till 3.5 years for them to turn on. Which, me personally, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, because I believe a dog isn't full grown till it's about 3 years old. What's up, Cooks? That's the mama to Corona. Watch my legs now. Flex. Flex. But before I start looking at my dogs, I don't have a problem with letting dogs mature. And, you know, the whole late starting thing that seems to be a hot topic of discussion. I believe a dog is fully grown at 3 years old. But, and unfortunately, the world we live in, you got to be prepared for that. A lot of people want to breed dogs and want to sell dogs, and they know their dogs are late starting dogs. And how could I word this? The clientele may tell you they're prepared to wait 2.5, 3 years old for a dog to kick on. And they'll tell you that to get the dog, but in all actuality, they're not prepared to put 3 years into these animals. So if you're breeding certain family trees of dogs and you know that, you got to be super, super duper selective about who you deal dogs to. Because at 15, it sounds good because they'll tell you whatever they want to tell you. And this is just free advice to a lot of the breeders who deal with a lot of slow starting family trees of dogs. And I wouldn't say slow starting, but dogs that actually have to be fully grown before you see what you really want to see out of them. But they'll tell you anything they want you to hear to get that dog up out of you. And then when that dog is maturing and all of their friends is out there with their 17 and 18-month-old dogs and they're taking these dogs out to the woods, and you're still standing there with your dog and he's standing still like a statue and shows no interest in doing anything, that's when it becomes a problem. So take it with a grain of salt. You know, I put these pairings together because I don't want that issue. Because like I said, it always sounds good until somebody's calling you on the phone talking about, yeah, he's 2 years old and this motherfucker won't even chase a possum. You know what I mean? Nonetheless, go out here and put some work in. I made my way over here to Sosa, so just be mindful of that in your family tree of dogs and what you're selling to the public, and being very clear with people about what to expect from your animals at a certain age. Like I said, I don't have that issue because I don't like that issue. I like dogs that crank up early. I like dogs that show a lot of drive to work at an early age. I love that. I cull away from all that other shit. And you know, it sounds rough, but when you're talking in the land of breeding, you're controlling the traits that are passing on. So at the end of the day, the ball stops at your feet. If you see traits and shit you don't like, don't breed the dogs. I've said this for years. Shout out to 78 and them boys when I used to do the lives with them and shit. I stay tuned in. Y'all boys check them out. But it's like a broken record. People always ask me the same shit. But what you got going on, son? It's very simple. Don't breed traits that you don't like. Don't double up on traits that you don't like. You got two yappy fucking dogs and you don't like dogs that are yappy, I don't advise you breed them together. If you got two slow starting dogs, why would you pair them together? That's going to create more slow starting dogs. If you got dogs with weak prey drive, why are you pairing them together? You got to think along those lines. I was talking to Kendrick because this video is getting kind of long. I'm going to hurry up and get up here because I don't be having time to shoot a ton of videos. So I try to pack a bunch of shit into these joints. But me and Kendrick had a conversation and I told him something that I learned the hard way. Stop trying to breed traits or do these breedings expecting traits that these dogs aren't showing you. Plain and simple. Sorry, I got a phone call. But as I was saying, do not breed these dogs looking for traits that you don't already possess. When you find yourself reaching on these breedings thinking you're going to pair two average dogs together and get some kind of superstar shit, doesn't work like that. Traits aren't created out the blue. The parents, grandparents maintain these traits and they pass them on. So if I'm expecting a hard biting, savage type of dog and the two dogs I'm looking at don't possess those traits, why would I expect the offspring to have it? You get what I'm saying? So don't go into this reaching. Anything you're trying to replicate or duplicate, make sure you actually have that product on your yard. What's up, boy? Been a beautiful day today. The weather's looking good. It's about, I want to say 89, 88, which is unheard of this time of year with a nice cool breeze. So I'm going to be working some dogs later on tonight. But yet again, I ain't trying to overwhelm you guys. I'll be trying to pack a bunch of information into these videos. Y'all guys enjoy your Father's Day for all the fathers, all the women out there who got to be fathers. Happy Father's Day to you ladies as well too. And y'all guys enjoy your Sunday and enjoy your family, and most of all, enjoy your dogs. Y'all have a blessed one.